Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Muibat, and today I'm going to be talking about some kind of doings of some African parents in the terms of marriage that usually affects their children, and I am talking on the part of the female. Like in some home in Africa, when you bring a man home, parents usually ask some certain questions like, "Are you the one that see this man yourself?" And when you say yes, there's some certain talk that follows up. So they're going to tell you that since you saw him yourself and it is not somebody else that helped you in finding this person, then they will believe that you are okay with his behavior, and they will also let you understand that no matter what happened in his house, like in your new home, you are not expected to come back no matter what, so you are expected to stick with him. So, and this kind of practice has actually sent so many women to their early grave. So, I know some of you might be thinking that if she's not allowed to return back to the father's house, then she can actually find a place for herself. But that is for some independent women, hardworking women who actually, have made out some things for themselves. Who this thing might not affect someone, like they can actually go out, rent a house, an apartment, or maybe build a house for themselves. But there are some women whereby they have been dependent from the start. Like, the life of most women is that they are dependent when they are with their parents, depending on their father. Then when they get to the husband, totally submissive and dependent on the husband. So, not I'm not talking about submission part anyway. I'm talking about the act of being dependent. So when this happened, when she actually started having some kind of issues in her marriage, maybe usually domestic abuse, then she cannot return back to the father's house because of a kind of thing that been said to her. You cannot return here no matter what happens. So this is why sometimes when we say that a certain husband maltreats the wife, beats her to stupor, and sometimes killed her. Even before her death, it doesn't cross her mind that doesn't crosses her mind that she wants to return back to the father's house, because that is something that she can't even try. They've already made her understand that her going is her going, there's no coming back. And I know sometimes we want to use this thing, parents want to use this thing to make sure that uh women are certain of whom they want to be with, like to prevent them from unnecessary divorce and lots more. But it is also true that this has caused so many things. It has made parents to lose their children, and they tend to realize that when it's too late. So in most parts of the world, like the way women are being treated in their own home is it's alarming, like the beating, and lots more. So I think in order for this practice to be stopped, you ought not to scare your children with the act by saying they are not allowed to come back to their home, because obviously you are the one that gave birth to them. And if something actually happens, one might not be so certain that this person I'm going to marry will 100% remain the way I felt he was. There are eventualities, things can come up, and when those things happened, one shouldn't hold women into their word. Like I said before, I said there are certain questions that they are going to ask you, and she was the one that actually said yes, this is the man I want to marry. So I am saying that even when she actually made this affirmation, she shouldn't be held to her words and not get help. So because women do not get help from their immediate family, that is why sometimes they ended up being killed. The issue of domestic abuse, it's so rampant, like it's happening so much that one should talk about it. So parents having this kind of notion does not help you in the course of fighting for this kind of abuse, because if the husband is aware that you've not threatened your daughter that she cannot return back to your house, she knows you are so much interested in whatever he does to her, like you are not allowing him to treat him the way and anyhow he likes, because you cherish your daughter, and of course you wouldn't want her to be in bad hands. then he is going to be careful. But because you already from the because this kind of question and answering, it's going to be in the presence of the husband, so he knows that even if he do and undo, the lady will have no choice than to remain with him. But if he knows that the parents are not actually giving her out for whatever, for better for worse, like it's not something that okay I can do with her whatever however I wish, that the parent do not care. If he is certain that this is not the case, then he's going to be careful. He's going to be careful of how he treat or how he treats the wife. So I am saying this, that no, even though this might be very helpful back in the days, of course there were so much understanding then, but things are changing, and then this practice ought to change because it is still happening. Like nothing have been done about it. Even if you still take a man home now, they're still going to tell you that and that you cannot return no matter what. You cannot return back to this place. So, and I was talking about independent women who are able to sort out things for themselves by having an apartment on their own without having the need to return to their father's house. Even when they do that, there's still going to be noise. There's still going to be a kind of people castigating her about her doings and lots more. So it, to some point, to some certain level, it just as if you are bringing a shame to your family by returning from your husband's house. Like there's this kind of shame attached to a woman that divorces the husband. So all of those things is because of an image we already created for ourselves. What we've made each other to believe that divorce, when a woman cannot take it anymore, is a taboo. So you expect her, no matter how she's been treated, to remain in the husband's house. So all of those things need to be looked into, because we already made it seem so huge of a thing. Like we already made it something so technical. That is why when women are going through hell in their home, they have no choice than to endure. And sometimes from endurance, it results to something more, maybe death, because there are a lot of women who have died from domestic abuse. So I am saying that although this may not be the entire reason why some certain husband decide to treat the wife unfairly, but I am saying it contributes. And if we decide to stop this act, I don't know if it is so much of a tradition. If we try to stop it, there are some traditions that have been that have been killed already. Like sometimes in Africa, it is a taboo for one to bear twins, but now it happens. That shows that it is no longer in line, hence it was dumped. So that is what I felt should be done to this particular one too, because when things are not helping the society, when it is not helping the habitants, then things should be done about it. And that is we shouldn't make it a huge thing that when our daughter is going out for marriage, it is important that it's either she dies there or she remains. Like it shouldn't be a do or die affair. Let her be free. When things start going too unwell with her, let her get the support that she needs to stand strong or to actually quit the marriage, because there's some certain level in marriage that the only solution is just to quit. So I do hope one do not have to, get to that certain level or certain situation, be exposed to certain situation whereby her only solution is to quit. But when that happens, I think ladies should be given the support that they need to end such marriage. When marriage begins to be abusive, when it turns out to be a threat to her life, then quitting it will be a good option, and we should stop making it hard for women to do so. So that is the message today, and I am saying please subscribe to my YouTube channel and give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and also click the notification bell so that you will be receiving more from us. Thank you so much.